Timothy Scatoff, who's
Yes.
out there in the qualies and working hard. Scatoff, you know, gave him a bit of a dusting. Actually, I think it was like 2-3 or 1-3, and it wasn't really close. And Jack had done his homework. Jack had found out that we're on the plane, and Jack's gone to me. Well, this isn't going to work, is it? How's this going to work? I mean, Skatoff's not going to school. He's working with all the adults and playing with all the pros at Moscow. How do I compete with that? And I
Yeah.
was like, well, you got to go to school, mate. You got to get an education. He goes, nah, nah, nah. I'm gonna chat to my folks. I'm out of school. I'm gonna go homeschool. I said, whoa, 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 whoa. I said, how are you gonna present that? He's like, yeah, well, I'll just tell him. I said, hold on, Billy. Let's be smart about this. I said, why don't you write them an email and express exactly how you feel? And he's like, oh, go on then. So he had his laptop out. He was sitting in front of me in the plane for some reason, sitting in front, probably because he might have had a bust up or something. I don't know. No, but he starts writing this email. And he's pretty much like, dear mum and dad, Jack here. Yeah, can't compete with these guys unless I'm going full time. I promise I'll still keep studying and doing my homework. I'll be a good boy. Lots of love, Jack. And I was like, and I went, I love it, mate. I love it. I love it. Your mum's gonna need more than that. They're gonna need more than that. Like, what? Are you talking online school? Are you like, you're gonna really work hard, really go for it, or try and be a bit more convincing. So anyway, by the end of this flight, we had come up with a fairly well structured email, which pretty much said, look, hi, mum and dad, thanks so much for supporting me all this time. I feel it's time to move to the next level. I think I need to be homeschooled. I promise you I'll work hard. If I don't, then obviously, we can think again, but I want to play tennis full time. And I think, within a couple of weeks, this has been actioned, homeschooled, and, he's on that next step. So if I think back, I think, well, first of all, for Jack to have done his homework to find out what these other boys were doing,
Yeah.
good on you, mate. Good on you, mate. Brilliant. And then to feel so deeply passionate and wounded to think, how can you expect me to compete?